Hello students and learners, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to discuss three topics, that is observing changes during the combustion of the sugar, heat production by the living organisms, evolution of gases exchanging system. Okay, so these are the three topics that we are going to discuss. Okay, now let us start about discussion. The first we will start with the activity 2. So in the activity 2 we are going to discuss about the changes that can be seen during the combustion. Okay, so what changes that you see during the combustion, and what is the relation between the combustion and respiration that we will see in this topic. Okay, so first of all, what is meant by combustion? Combustion means burning. For example, if you take the glucose, okay, let us see, this is the glucose plus oxygen, or you can take the any heat. Okay, glucose plus heat, it is going to burn. Okay, it is going to gives rise to carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, and energy plus energy, and in this process the oxygen is also get consumed. Okay, so this is known as combustion. Okay, now the question is this process is also going to occur in the cells? The answer is correct. The same process is going to occur in the cells, but it is different. How it is different? It is spontaneous. It is occurring at a time. Okay, it is going to occur at a time, and huge amount of energy released at once. But in case of cells, in case of cellular respiration, the glucose plus some amount of oxygen will be utilized for the production of the carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Okay, here you have to provide some amount of external energy with the help of bunsen burner or something. Okay, so the triangle or delta refers to the change in the energy. So it is, we are increasing the heat and supplying the heat. Okay, but in the cellular respiration we are not going to provide any external heat. Okay, so if you observe the both reactions, if you observe the reaction of combustion and reaction of the cellular respiration, both are same. Okay, both are same. The energy is common, water is common, carbon dioxide is also carbon dioxide is also common. Okay, so in this segment we have to show that combustion is going to release carbon dioxide. Okay, so to show that the carbon dioxide is released during the combustion process, we have to set up this experiment. First we have to take one stand, one stand. Okay, here will be the base, and in that, on the base we have to put one bunsen burner. So it is the heat source. This bunsen burner is going to give the heat, or you can take any normal lamp also. Here we have taken the normal lamp, and above the lamp we have fixed one tube containing the sugar solution. So sugar solution means we may take the glucose also. Why? Because the glucose is also a sugar. Okay, so glucose molecules or sugar crystals are taken in the test tube and fixed to the strand, and we have to put one stopper, rubber stopper above it, and we have to insert one delivery tube. This delivery tube is going to carry the gases from this tube to the another tube, this tube containing the lime solution. So the reason for using lime solution is it is going to react with carbon dioxide. So why it is going to react carbon dioxide? Why? Because it is generally the carbon dioxide plus lime solution is going to react together to form PPT. Okay, white color precipitation, or you can call it as a PPT also, white color precipitation. It is going to look like milky white. Okay, it is going to look milky white. It is not milk, it is going to look like milky white solution. Okay, so this one is the reason. To observe whether the gas released is carbon dioxide or not, we are using the lime solution. Okay, now start heating the tube. So after 1 or 2 minutes, the glucose molecules will first they melt. Okay, the glucose molecules they melt. Okay, why? Because each and every molecule has, each and every compound, whether it may be liquid or solid or anything, they have the particular melting point and boiling point. Okay, so melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. So what is melting point at this 0 degrees Celsius? The water is in solid state and it is in the liquid state also. It means both water and solid and liquid state of the water exist at 0 degrees Celsius. This is known as melting point. Boiling point means, so at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so here the water will be seen at a liquid state plus vapor state or gaseous state. Okay, this is known as boiling point. At 100 degrees Celsius you can see both these conditions. Okay, this is known as boiling point. In the same way, the glucose solution is also going to melt at certain temperature, and it is going to melt, and it is going to combust. As a result, it is going to give carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide it is a gas. It has to be escaped from the test tube, so it is going to move through the delivery tube, and it is going to come into the test tube, which is containing the lime solution. Okay, the tube is dipped into the bottom of the test tube containing the lime solution. So that is this lime solution is going to react with carbon dioxide to produce white color precipitation. It gives rise to milky white color. Okay, so this is the experiment. So based on this experiment, what I have understood, this experiment saying that the carbon dioxide is produced during the combustion process. Heat is also generated over here, but we are providing little bit extra heat from the outside. So why? Because this is combustion in the laboratory. Okay, I hope I hope you have understood this topic. And here, the differences between the respiration and equation, respiratory equation and combustion equation is only one difference. What is that one difference? The combustion, okay, the combustion cannot be stopped. Okay, cannot be stopped at the whenever we want. Okay, but the respiration, okay, the cells are going to control the controlled reaction in the cells is known as respiration, or the burning of the glucose. So here the combustion is seen in the laboratory, and the same combustion is seen in the cells. Okay, if the combustion is seen in the cells, that is known as respiration. If the burning of the glucose is seen in the laboratory, that is known as combustion. Okay, so burning, okay, so burning in the laboratory, okay, that is known as combustion. Okay, so and same burning of the glucose in the cells is known as respiration. Okay, so what is cellular respiration? So utilizing of the food material like glucose plus oxygen is utilized to oxidize the glucose to produce carbon dioxide, water, and plus energy. Okay, this is known as respiration. But in case of combustion in the laboratory, in the combustion of the glucose in the laboratory, you cannot control it. Okay, if you want to control it, you have to pour water. Okay, you have to pour the water, then only it is going to get controlled. Okay, so huge amount of energy is released at once. Okay, huge amount of energy released at once. Okay, but in case of respiration, energy will be released little by little. Okay, for example, if I want to give 10 rupees, how I give? So in case of combustion, so 10 rupees will be given, 5 rupees, 3 rupees, okay, 2 rupees, and so on. Okay, so total it will be 10 rupees. Okay, this is known as respiration. Okay, this is known as respiration. And in case of combustion, so whole 10 rupees is given at once. Okay, so at a time, then huge amount of energy is given. So it is an example for the combustion of glucose in the laboratory. Okay, so these are difference between combustion and respiration. Okay, so but whether it may be combustion or respiration, so the glucose is going to get burned, and this glucose gives the glucose, the respiration, combustion, both are giving the same result. Okay, so next, and here the water stops combustion, and even though the cells contains huge amount of water, do you know that the cells containing water, the cytoplasm contains water? Okay, so next, the mitochondria also going to containing water. Even though water is present in the cells, this respiration process or combustion process of the glucose is going to occur in the cells. So this is the one of the magic. Okay, this is one of the magic. What is that magic? So the water is present in the cells. Even the presence of the water is there in the cells, so the combustion process is going to occur, combustion of glucose. Okay, so in case of outside, that is in the laboratory, so if the water is present, no combustion. Okay, no combustion will be seen. Okay, so what can you conclude from this? That is, the burning of the glucose cannot be stopped easily if one started in case of combustion, but the cells can control the burning process of the glucose. Okay, so burning process of the glucose, how? So glycolysis, it is going to produce some energy. Okay, so next it is going to enter into mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria, it is going to give some amount of energy. Okay, little by little energy is given in case of cellular respiration while digesting a food material like glucose. Okay, so or you can call it as a utilization of the food material along with oxygen. So next is the heat production by living organisms. So how the heat is produced in the living organisms and what is the importance of the heat in the living organisms, that we will discuss in this topic. So the animals and plants produce the heat energy or the energy in the form of by heat by burning the glucose or sugar solution. So just now we have discussed the burning of the glucose is going to produce the energy. Okay, so whether it may be plants or animals, all these organisms need energy. So during the burning of the energy or during the burning of the glucose molecules, the energy will be produced and this energy is maintained in the body. Okay, so animals produce heat constantly to replace the lost heat and maintain the body temperature. Okay, this is a main important aspect. So your body is going to maintain 37 degrees Celsius. 37 degrees Celsius of the temperature is maintained in your body. Okay, so what about in case of winter season? So all the time this 37 degrees Celsius will be lost from your body. But what your body is doing, your body is again replacing, okay, replacing the temperature. Okay, all the time you are losing some amount of heat from your body and all the time your body is maintaining the same constant temperature. Okay, so not only you, the animals and other organisms also going to maintain same such certain temperature. Okay, all the time the heat will be lost from the body and all the time the same temperature is maintained by the organisms. So that is nothing but constant. What is the constant? 37 degrees Celsius temperature is known as constant temperature in the body. Okay, the production of heat occurs in living organisms to produce the heat energy or to replace the lost heat by the in the body constantly or continuously. Okay, so during the cellular respiration, the excess amount of heat is released as a heat. Some energy is stored in the ATP and some energy is utilized. So when the glucose plus oxygen is used, okay, that is the oxidation of the glucose, that is nothing but cellular respiration. What you will see, the energy will be produced plus carbon dioxide plus water will be produced. Okay, so now the question is, what about this energy? So huge amount of energy or some amount of energy will be released in the body, and how it is utilized? So it is utilized on this process. Okay, utilized on the spot. Okay, so when the cells need energy, they are going to utilize on the spot, and again some amount of energy will be stored. Okay, some amount of energy is stored in the form of ATP. Okay, how the ATP molecules are produced? ADP plus inorganic phosphate will be combined. So to form ADP plus inorganic phosphate into ATP, energy will be released, energy will be required. From where the energy is getting from? During the cellular respiration, the energy is getting obtained. This energy is utilized for the conversion of ADP molecules into ATP molecules. Okay, so when your cells need energy, these ADP molecules will be utilized for the energy. Okay, again the ATP molecules are broken down to produce energy, and when the ATP molecules are broken down, you will get the ADP plus inorganic phosphate. Okay, during the exercise, the greater amount of heat is generated. So when you are running, when you are jogging, some amount of heat energy will be released. It means your body temperature will be increased during the exercise. So why the body temperature is increasing during the exercise? Why? Because during exercise there is a greater amount or huge amount of cellular respiration is there. When the cellular respiration is more, the more amount of body temperature will be increased. Okay, this one is the reason. So your body needs more amount of energy during the exercise. So when you are doing such kind of process, if the cellular respiration is increasing, the body temperature is also increasing. Okay, so during that process, so the amount of energy that is present in the muscles is not sufficient for longer period of time. So as a result, the muscles are going to start anaerobic respiration. So what is anaerobic respiration? The breakdown of the glucose. The glucose will be broken down in the absence of oxygen or less amount of oxygen. Okay, the oxygen is less amount or no oxygen. So it is going to produce some amount of energy. So that is nothing but lactic acid. Lactic acid will be released during this anaerobic respiration. So this lactic acid has some amount of energy. Some amount of energy. This energy is utilized for the production of the energy in the exercise. Okay. So this is a process. So as a result, lactic acid is produced. So it is going to give some pain in the muscles. As a result, the athlete or the person who is doing the exercise is going to stop the process of doing exercise. Okay. So deep breathing helps us to restore the energy in our body. Okay. So again, we need some amount of energy to remove all this. So as a result, previously there is oxygen depth. Do you remember oxygen depth? Oxygen depth means less amount of oxygen. Okay, less amount of oxygen. This oxygen is completely utilized in the body, and there is no enough oxygen in the body. So such kind of process, so deficiency of oxygen in the body during the exercise is known as oxygen depth. So this oxygen depth has to be cleared. How it is going to get cleared? So breathing. So during the breathing process, the oxygen will be again restored in the body. Okay. So this is one of the reason the people who has a muscle pains during the exercise due to the heavy strenuous exercise, what they will do, they will take rest for 15 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So in the time, the lactic acid will be removed from the body, and as a result, again the oxygen will be restored. Okay, oxygen is restored in the body. Okay. So there is a question, what are the other ways in our body loses heat? So it means in this question they are asking that the heat which is produced in the body or heat which is maintained in the body, so it will be lost. So what are those ways? Okay, there are four major ways. There are many ways, but majorly there are four major ways. Okay, first one is the radiation, evaporation, convection, and conduction. These are the main four major ways, and if you search in the Google, you will get many ways of the losing heat from the body. Okay, remember these are the four major ways. Okay, so first one is loss of heat from the body to the surroundings. So if you are standing in the winter season, okay, what happens? So your body is going to lose some amount of heat. So not only in the winter, any season, your body is going to lose heat. Okay, lose heat into the surrounding. Okay, such kind of process is known as radiation. Okay, what is radiation? So the amount of energy that is present in the body will be lost into the environment. Such kind of energy is known as radiation. Okay, radiation means some amount of energy. Okay, so next is the evaporation. So when you are sweating in the summer season, your body has certain amount of temperature. Okay, the surrounding 37 degrees Celsius in your body, but in the surrounding, so it will be around let us consider 40 degrees Celsius in the room. Okay, so in the room the temperature raised about 40 degrees Celsius, but what your body want to do, your body is going to decrease the temperature and is going to maintain some amount of temperature, that is 37. So in this process you are going to sweat. Okay, sweating. Okay, during the sweating process, what will happen? The amount of energy that is present in your body will be lost. Okay, so sweating means it contains water. Sweat contains water. When the water is evaporating, it is going to carry heat. It is going to carry heat from your body. Okay, as a result, the temperature of your body is going to get decreased during the sweating. So this is only the process. While you are running or jogging, the sweat will form on your skin, so that this sweat containing water, this water is going to cool your body by evaporating. Okay, so this is known as evaporation. Okay, next is the convection. It is a boundary of heat that is present on hot bodies, and some agents like water, air disrupt the boundary, causing the loss of the heat. Okay, for example, let us consider. So this is the body. Okay, let us take example. This is a body. On above the body there is some layer of the heat will be there. Okay, this layer is known as convection. Okay, so this layer will be there. This layer is containing some amount of heat. Okay, so this layer will be washed away. Okay, our layer is taken away by some agents like water. So As usual, what will happen? The temperature of this body is going to decrease. Why? Because the layer of the heat above the body or around the body is washed away or taken away by the water, air, etc. Okay, so this is the reason. For example, if your body has 37 degrees Celsius on your hand, so wash with water. Okay, if you wash your hand with water, what will happen? 37 degrees Celsius will be decreased to around 35 degrees Celsius. What is happening here? This water is carrying away around 2 degrees Celsius from your body. Okay, this is the main reason. So this is only the main important factor that in the computers they will arrange some fans, okay, cooling fans, so that they are going to carry away the heat which is produced from the processor. Okay, so next is the conduction. So the loss of heat from the body when the cold objects come in contact. Example, any substance with low temperature. So let us take the example of same. Okay, put your hand, on the bottle. Okay, cold water bottle which is taken from the refrigerator. Okay, so what will happen? Previously your hand has 37 degrees Celsius. So by touching the cold water bottle for 5 minutes, your body is going to get your temperature of your hand is going to get decreased to 30 degrees Celsius. So what is happening here? The cold water bottle is going to absorb some amount of heat from your body. As a result, it is going to get decreased. It means your hand temperature is going to decrease to 30 degrees Celsius. So this is known as conduction. Conduction means exchanging of the heat from the one substance to another substance. Okay, so next is the rate of heat production always the same? No, the rate of heat production is not same. The heat production depends upon the condition. Okay, example, if you are running, it has some amount of temperature around 40 degrees Celsius. If you are sitting in the room quietly and peacefully, your body has certain amount of temperature, whether it may be 35 degrees Celsius or 37 degrees Celsius and so on. It is the temperature is maintained in the body depending upon the condition. Okay, and if you are suffering from the fever, you will have certain amount of temperature. So it is completely depending upon the condition of the body and condition of the environment. Okay, so next is the evolution. So next is the evolution of gas exchanging system. Okay, so what is exchanging gas exchanging system? Exchanging means this is a source. Okay, it has some amount of energy or some amount of gases in it, so it will be exchanged into the environment. So this is known as exchanging. It means taking or giving away is known as exchanging process. So exchanging of gas is different in different organisms. It is coming from the diffusion, respiratory organs and so on. So these all are the diffusion, these all are the exchanging process. So what is remember evolution? Evolution means right from the we have studied in the previous academic years that we have came from the LUCA last. Okay, LUCA, Luca, so means last universal common ancestor. So previously there was single organism. So in the single organisms there is a changes. Okay, some changes. So it has changed into some different organism. Now we have changed to human beings. So not only human beings, animals, fishes and so on, different kinds of animals are there. So such kind of organisms are came from the single ancestor. Such kind of process is known as evolution. Okay, you can call this as evolution process. Okay, so now we are understanding or discussing about how this evolution is changing in the exchanging system or gas exchanging system. Okay, so previously if you take the amoeba, so in the amoeba there is simple diffusion. Okay, whatever the gases that is produced in this amoeba will be exchanged into the environment, means carbon dioxide will be exchanged into the environment. Okay, so next diffusion is occurring in some multicellular organisms like body surfaces, example amoeba, hydra, planarians, etc. These all are the organisms. They are going to perform a simple process that is known as diffusion. With the help of diffusion only, they are exchanging the gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen. But in some organisms, they have developed a specialized organs. These specialized organs are multicellular. Multicellular means many cells. Okay, So these multicellular is produced, or multicellular specialized organs are developed for the respiration process. So this respiration process includes a tracheal respiration. Next is the branchial respiration, cutaneous respiration, buccopharyngeal respiration, pulmonary and buccopharyngeal respiration. Okay, now we will discuss each and every topic one by one. Okay, first we will come to the tracheal respiration. So in the tracheal respiration, a series of tubules called trachea. Okay, these trachea are divided into branchiae called tracheoles, carry air into the tissue. So if you observe a cockroach, okay, let us consider this is the body of the cockroach. Okay, so this body of the cockroach has some kind of holes on the sides, on the lateral sides. So these lateral sides are known as tracheoles. Okay, so these tracheoles, what they are going to do, they are going to exchange the air. It means carbon dioxide will be sent into the environment and oxygen it will be taken into the body. Okay, so such kind of respiration is known as tracheal respiration. They are going to carry such kind of gases to the tissues, and hence the cockroach is going to survive by this process known as tracheal respiration. So next is the branchial respiration. So in this branchial respiration, the gills or branchiae are specialized organs in the aquatic animals. Example, especially the fishes. So the fishes has on their sides, let us consider, so this is a fish, so this is the mouth of the fish. On the sides you can see the gills. Okay, so such kind of gills appearances or gills presence, that is known as a branchial respiration. So what happens, first when the fish opens the mouth, the water will be taken into the mouth. Okay, the water will be taken into the mouth when the fish opens its mouth, and when the mouth is closed and when it is raised its lower jaw upside, what will happen, the water will be pushed into the pharynx. Okay, the water will be pushed into the pharynx, and this water is forced, it means pumped. This water is pumped through the gill pouches through the internal branchial apertures. So these are the internal branchial apertures are a part of the branchial respiration, and in this case the gills or lamellae performs gas exchange, and as a result the blood supplies to the gills through the capillaries are called branchial respiration. So let us consider these are the gills. Okay, so these are the gills that is present on the sides of the mouth or pharynx. So what will happen when the mouth closed, so the water will be pushed through the gills. So in this case what is happening, the carbon dioxide which is present in the gill pouches will be eliminated into the water, and the oxygen will be, which is present in the water, will be absorbed by these gills. Okay, we know that this gills. Okay, let us consider this is a small unit of the gill. So what is happening, it containing the blood vessels. Okay, this containing the blood vessels, these blood vessels going to bring the carbon dioxide. Okay, this is the carbon dioxide, so they are going to bring the carbon dioxide, they will be removed into the water, and the oxygen which is present here will be taken into the blood by these blood capillaries. Okay, so this is the aquatic environment, that is this process is going to occur in the fishes. Okay, and next the cutaneous respiration. Respiration through the skin is known as cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous means skin. Okay, so this respiration is going to occur in the frogs, especially the frogs. So what these frogs are going to do, they are going to take a respiration. Okay, respiration through the skin. So respiration through the skin is known as cutaneous respiration. It is generally seen in amphibians. So what is meant by amphibian? The animal which can live in the water, at the same time it is can live on the live in the water and live in the land. Okay, so these frogs, they are going to live on the land, plus they are going to live inside the water. Okay, such kind of organisms are known as amphibians. Okay, so frog is one of the example. And next, it is going to take respiration or the oxygen through the skin, hence it is known as cutaneous respiration. So the frogs also comes into another process, that is also known as pulmonary or buccopharyngeal respiration. Okay, so respiration through lungs and buccopharyngeal cavity is known as pulmonary or buccopharyngeal respiration. Buccopharyngeal means buccal cavity and also pharynx region. Okay, the region or the region between the buccal cavity and pharynx is known as buccopharyngeal respiration. So this such kind of respiration is seen in frogs. So not only buccopharyngeal respiration, the frog also can perform pulmonary. Pulmonary means lungs. Okay, So the respiration through the lungs is known as pulmonary respiration, and the not only frog but also human beings also going to do the pulmonary respiration. The birds, the human beings, they are also going to do the pulmonary respiration process. Okay. So commonly respire through lungs. What is meant by terrestrial? Terrestrial means the organisms which is going to live on the land. So the organisms which live on the land, they are known as terrestrial animals. So they are known as terrestrial animals. They have lungs, so they can perform pulmonary respiration. Okay, remember the frog also going to do the respiration, three types. Okay, cutaneous, pulmonary, and also buccopharyngeal. Okay, so these are the three processes where the frog can do the respiration. Okay, so this is about pulmonary respiration. Pulmonary refers to the lungs. What is meant by pulmonologist? It means the person who study about the lungs is known as pulmonologist. Okay, and I hope this lecture is helpful to you. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. So if you subscribe, you will get notifications about the class starting time, and also like, share, and also comment. And you can ask your questions, and if you can ask your questions, doubts, and suggestions in the comment section below. And in the next lecture, we are going to discuss about the respiration in plants. It means how the respiration is going to occur in the plants and so on. And then in the next lecture, we will try to complete whole chapter, and so that after that you can take a test and you can improve your understandings and the concept. Okay, and we will see you in the next lecture.